Okay. Whoops. That was not what I wanted. Accidentally right click outside the
So,
screen there.
the lockdown situation is over.
All base personnel, with the development of the infected infiltrator screening test by Dr. Dreschner and Dr. Weir, I can announce that we have now completed a full test of base personnel. I'm happy to announce that all of you are human, and our security lockdown can be lifted somewhat. However, we cannot afford to become complacent. Any staff that return to the base will be subject to another screening, and base management reserves the right to perform random mandatory screening as necessary. As before, all screenings will be accompanied by at least 2 armed guards. We thank you for your vigilance. With your assistance, we shall persevere.
Big deal. I just don't see the difference.
Right. I mean, whoop-de-doo, the doors might be open, but where is there to go?
5 minutes out there and you're gonna find yourself right back under the ground.
At least we're buried alive.
Jesus, the game is lagging so much. It's loading the entire base or something. Come on. What's taking so long? Jesus. Stupid elevator loading screen.
Hey, Carter, I heard about De Silva. Tough choice, but you did the right thing, son.
Oh, wait.
How are you holding up, Carter?
I've had better days.
Whole human race has had better days.
How are we holding up?
Oh, pretty well, actually. We keep taking in more people, but Barnes has those choppers flying day and night, recovering food and gear from storehouses.
We might make it through this yet.
Oh, I still wouldn't bet on us. But we've got a fighting chance, and I hear that's thanks to you.
Now that you've seen the sleepwalkers, what do you think?
Well, that's worse than I thought. But at least they're safe in the infirmary. But even so... no, never mind.
What's bothering you?
Look, it's not right to mention it, but we're losing a lot of food and water taking care of them. Without them, we'd have another 4 months of supplies.
What else would you recommend?
Well, nothing right now. But if this war turns into a long haul, we'll have to ask ourselves if we can afford to be so merciful.
Right.
Your old buddy Falk nearly had me shot.
Ha! Not the first time. Well, there've been a couple of times he nearly shot me, too.
This isn't a joke.
No, son. No, it's not. It's real goddamn life, and there's a lot more at stake than your ego. So walk it off, and try to remember that he's watching out for our whole species.
But what if he starts abusing his authority?
If that happens, I'll stand right beside you. But just fight one war at a time.
That's everything I need.
All right then. Good luck out there, Carter.
We don't have any spies, and we can go topside. Sure is a nice change, huh?
Sure, kid. Things are just great. Maybe you can ask one of the sleepwalkers to the big dance.
That was really stupid.
Seen anything interesting in the field?
You know how it is. Rampaging alien hordes, bolts of deadly blue plasma, walking death machines from another world. All in a day's work.
You make it sound like an issue of Captain Thunderbolt.
I don't have to try very hard.
What the hell has Falk so paranoid?
You mean more paranoid than usual? Doesn't trust anybody but Weaver. God knows why.
Weaver's always been a good agent. Certainly better than you.
Except I'm not the one getting into screamy matches with the old man, am I?
We're done here.
I don't know how anyone could have mistaken you for an alien. They have better senses of humor.
Is the video lagging again? Nope. Okay. God.
Agent De Silva.
Actually, it is slightly lagging. Oh my god. Why?
I don't know. If I were him, I don't think I would have wanted to come back.
What are you talking about?
Can't afford to take care of everyone. I'm just saying, maybe he could have gone out with a bang.
Just because he's infected doesn't mean he's dead. Better to be half alive than not at all, pal.
Alright, whatever. Let's keep moving. Whoops, wrong door. Yeah. Oh, would have got me out here anyways. I could go back to the lab, I guess.
All right, boys. Get your gear in order and gather around.
This gonna be another rescue cakewalk, sir? Or are we gonna see some action?
Nothing so boring this time, Kinney. No. This time we're going into the belly of the beast.
All right, it's about time.
Some of those sleepwalkers are congregating at a tower out in New Mexico. We're gonna find out why and shut them down.
You sure we won't catch anything being around all those sleepwalkers?
You just worry about us getting into that tower. Alive.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be an extended stay, investigating the area, finding a point of entry, and infiltrating. We're going to keep a low profile until we can strike.
Less John Wayne and more James Bond?
That's the spirit. And if we're lucky, we might even find a cure for the sleepwalkers.
Is that even possible?
Hell if I know, but we gotta hope, right? Otherwise, why are we still fighting?
God, those recordings are so loud now, I don't know why. Carter, the Silver and us used to have a drink or two after hours. After what happened, we figured you could use a bottle yourself, Percy.
Here's to you, Nico. Rest in peace.
You didn't even unscrew the top.
And you too, Kenny. Rest in peace, kid. And to Nils, rest in peace.
He is an alcoholic, so might as well empty the entire thing.
And J. Edgar Hoover, and Pima, New Mexico, and the USA.
Just a couple of shots and you're already drunk? Are you kidding?
And to William Carter. Hey, that's me.
Wow, you are so bad at handling the liquor. Worse than me even. And I drink very little. Well, what I consider very little.
Where?
Gotta say, I expected better from you, Carter. Only took one bottle.
Exactly.
A whole bottle and you didn't share a drop with us.
I was drinking with a friend.
Seen those sleepwalkers?
One of them won.
Another infected. William, could I have a word with you?
We need to talk about that test of yours.
My most sincere apologies for what happened at your screening, William. But as you can see, we have a more pressing matter at the moment. This man is infected.
That's never happened in the base before. Or is this another unexpected side effect of your test, Doc?
Nine. I'm quite sure this is from an outside source, but I need your help to find out where, and to do it without causing a panic.
This agent's turning into a sleepwalker, and I've seen how that goes. Unless you found a cure, I don't see how you're gonna help.
It's not a cure, but it may be the first step.
Well, what is it?
I have discovered a way to detect sleepwalker infections at an early stage, before the symptoms present. It will let us treat the subjects earlier, or at least get a better understanding of the conversion process.
Another test, Doctor?
Not to fear, William. This time you will be the one performing the test. And quietly, if at all possible.
The last thing we need is an infection scare.
Precisely. Thankfully, the detective will find any infected within a large area. Here, check in operations, engineering, the main lab, the briefing room, and the hangar. That should cover the base.
And if I find any other infected?
Send them to see Dr. Hera. I will meet you there, and perhaps we can help these men.
During the screening, it felt like my head was gonna explode. Any idea what happened?
I have no idea. Perhaps it was some resonance from your earlier exposure to the alien artifact. Tell me, how did it feel?
Like someone was inside my skull using a hammer, trying to break free. It was all I could do to stay conscious.
Yes. And you said something, too. Your name? Perhaps your rank as well?
Hell if I know. For a few seconds, it was all just a red haze.
Well, I am glad you are with us again, my friend.
You said that noise during the screening was something from Mosaic. How did you discover that?
Dr. Veer has been examining the device removed from our captive infiltrator. It would appear that this is how they receive commands from the Mosaic network.
So they're radio-operated?
Not quite, but it seems to give them a sort of subconscious connection to a larger command hierarchy.
And you used the command for attack. You couldn't pick something safer, like dance?
Our control is too crude for specific commands, only general urges. And violence is a very common response, William.
I'll be on my way.
As you say. But if you would like, I have some experiments I could perform on the...
No. I'll check for infected, but I've spent quite enough time as your guinea pig for today, Doc.
While in battle focus, hold to scan enemy object. So basically anywhere there's people. Uh-oh. Oh no, this agent is infected. Oh man.
Bravo team leader. I mean, now that De Silva's...
You're not looking so good, Agent. Get to the infirmary.
Huh? Why?
Just get moving. Now.
Yeah, not after the shit she just pulled.
Not bad, nothing. So basically run around the base, use eagle vision. Have fun. Just what I needed, right? Uh-oh. That's not good. So there's nobody in operations? That's bullshit. There has to be something. Nobody in operations is infected.
Not that infected here, at least.
There's anything we can do for them?
Not that I want them to be infected or anything. It's just kind of weird at this place where people go by all the time. Huh. Let's go to the hangar.
Thinking that elevator's gonna open up and...
Oh, well, this is engineering, but that's okay.
I want you to check and double check everything. If you went over it, go over it again. And again, just to be sure. Carter,
What's that?
You'll never believe
Just
what we found.
checking the area for safe working conditions.
Did Barnes find you yet,
All
Carter?
clear.
He was looking for you earlier.
We caught a spy sneaking into the Avenger. A damn spy. Here.
Shit. Did he do any damage?
Don't think so. We're double checking. But I think we got him before he could do much.
Another outsider infiltrator. God damn it.
Not an outsider. A Russian. We get attacked by aliens, and we still have to keep our eyes open for Reds. Those commie bastards never give up.
Huh. A Russian agent here. I should talk to him. He might be useful.
You've got to be kidding. A Russian? As soon as Falk gives the word, the only thing that spy will be useful for is target practice.
Cool it, Barnes. I want to see what he has to say. Right now, being human matters more than being a commie.
Fine. He's in the foreman's office. But I still think you should just put a bullet in his head.
Alright.
Here to talk with the Russian? Seems like a lost cause to me, but good luck.
Почему ты здесь? Вранье ищет. Питание?
Ну, если ты это хочешь, я думал, мы поговорим. Я думаю, что найду русского здесь. Как вы узнали об этом месте?
Мы все видим. Нас здесь больше, чем ты даже представляешь. Ваша охрана просто причальная.
Да, я начинаю соглашиваться с вами.
Вы убьете меня?
Я не знаю, если вы заметили, но холодная война отметнена. У нас гораздо серьезнее гроза. И у вас тоже.
Пришельцы? Да, я слыхал эту историю. Вы думаете, что я совершенно глупой?
Слушай, я был там, вверху. Все правда. Половина мира мертвая, а другая половина зараженная. Не может быть, что только нас ударили. Я обещаю, что твоим друзьям СССР так же плохо, как и здесь. Но если какой-либо из них все еще жив...
Да это просто смешно. Как ты можешь это доказать, а? Голоса по радио и подделанные фотки? Скажи мне, почему я должен верить в твою сказку?
Убийство у вас будет траты. Кто знает, как долго ты здесь скрывался? У тебя есть таланты, нам нужны агенты. Эти посторонние не только американская проблема.
Ты думаешь, это сработает? Ха. Ты слабый. Вы все слабые.
Даю тебе предложение. Я пошлю тебя на палубу. Сам можешь убедиться. Если то, что говорю, верно, вы работаете на меня. Если нет, вы можете убить на Кубу.
Если я не позволяю себя обманывать?
Что ты заботишься? У вас будет оружие. Вы будете отсюда. Так или иначе, вы не будете моей проблемой.
Ладно. Дай мне увидеть этих пришельцев для себя.
Довольно иметь вас на борту.
Alright, cool.
Hope you don't mind me listening in, but I think you did the right thing. We need all the help we can get.
You speak Russian? Jeez. Guards have high high education back then.
Something, but I think he's gonna come around.
You can't trust him, Carter.
Well, it's humans against aliens right now, not Americans against Russians. I need someone to take him out to see what the aliens have done firsthand.
If you say so, I'll set up a recon mission. Let's just hope he remembers who the good guys are.
Okay, return to base. Unlock this back mission to Russia and Prima, New Mexico. Return to Op to dispatch agents.
Here you had a grand old time with Falk.
Ah, it was swell.
Could be worse. They kept me in detention for an hour while they were cleaning up the testing room after your little shindig.
Did anyone attack you?
Guess you win. What's on your mind?
So what's happening with the Sky Rangers?
After I saw that Titan, I had the whiz kids in the lab adapt some of the Avenger designs for our old ships.
What sort of changes are we talking about?
Nothing revolutionary, but the Sky Rangers will be faster, stronger, and more durable.
And we're sure the new technology will be safe in the field?
Only one way to find out, Carter.
True.
How's the Avenger looking?
Almost finished from what I hear. If the final product handles anything like the early tests, it'll be the smoothest ride of your life.
As long as it gets the job done.
You just get the location from Axis, and the Avenger and I will get you there.
I'll let you get back to it.
Will do. I'll have this bird ready for the next trip before you know it.
Just going to make sure one more time. Alright, cool. Now let's go into the lab.
Heard about your little welcome home party, Carter. Glad to see you're still in one piece.
Any of you? Nope. Autopsy silicoid. Silicoid, or simply blob, is an enigmatic creature. It is composed of a uniformly similar semi-solid silicon-based material with no evidence of connective materials or anything resembling control or processing centers. However, when an electrical charge is applied to the substance, it can form shapes, constrict, or even respond to external stimuli. However, this activity can be ceased by disrupting the material cohesion most readily through violent trauma. While such abstract technology proves difficult to fully understand, we may be able to control and direct it on our own terms, as well as developing further uses for silicoid materials. Huh. Those weren't in the turn-based game either.
Honest, I gotta say, I was pretty relieved when I passed that Kraut's test.
You were afraid you were an alien?
Not exactly. More like I was afraid the test would say I was an alien. I don't think it was the kind of test you get to take twice.
Huh.
Officer, is the prisoner behaving himself?
Huh? Oh, yes. He's been quiet.
Something on your mind?
Sorry, Carter. It's just... I've had a lot on my mind recently.
How's our friendly local infiltrator doing?
He's been pretty quiet since you had a talk with him. Almost like he's meditating or something. But I couldn't say what's going through his head.
Our last talk was rather revealing. Any chance I could talk with him again?
I don't recommend it. But if you go in there, we'll have witnesses on hand to make sure the person who walks out is still you.
Better than having to take that test again. What's wrong? Must be pretty important to bother a trooper like you.
It's my girl back in Iowa. She's been taking care of some survivors in a big farmhouse, and she sends transmissions every day, but...
But what?
Latest transmission, she sounded really tired. And, said she found traces of black goo on her pillow.
Shit. I'm sorry.
They're already sending a team to recover as many of them as possible. I just hope she gets back here in time.
Is this going to affect your duties?
No. No, sir, not at all.
See that it doesn't. Remember who you're guarding here. Be careful, Rose. A distracted guard is a dead guard. Either get over it, or get a replacement.
Yes, sir. It won't be a problem, sir.
And, good luck.
Welcome back, William Carter. It is pleasant to see a familiar face.
You're in a good mood for a prisoner of war?
As are you. Which means you have recovered a phase plotter. So you plan to go through with your suicidal attack?
So, you really want to see the end of Mosaic? Tell us where they're taking the sleepwalkers, and how do we cure them?
I would not know. I am a warrior, not a scholar. I do not know if it can be cured.
We'll see. You must know something about Axis. If we go after him, what should we expect?
Axis? The Primarch? You are an ambitious creature, William Carter.
Axis, Primarch, whatever you call him.
He is wise and patient. There is a reason Mosaic called him to lead. Do you think it a coincidence that your planet fell so quickly to him?
He's not that smart. We've already tracked him down.
Of course you have. He will let you come to him and then he will destroy you. This is suicide, William Carter.
What are you called?
You do not understand how Mosaic functions. When we are connected, we are Mosaic. Individual names are unimportant.
You're not connected anymore. What do you call yourself now?
I do not know. I have never been concerned with it.
Maybe you should. help us win, and I'll call you whatever you want. Stick around.
Do I have a choice?
Of course not.
Be cautious, William Carter.
What exactly is that noise you use in the test?
The fuck? Why was one of those things alive in there?
If we make it through this.
Outsider elite are heavily armored and are shielded ground troop the outsider forces, and combine peak physical development of their species, advanced tactical training, and vicious ferocity that can surprise even trained field agents. Elites are equipped with shields, automatic weapons, and grenades, and often work in conjunction with multiple outsider grunts and commander. Elites appear to be veteran of many previous outsider conquests, and often different specimens carry a small trophy in their past campaigns. If we successfully repel this invasion, our analysts will have a lifetime of work studying these fragments to learn about the outsiders' military history and the other species of our galaxy.
Even start.
No, really. If we pull through, this technology's gonna change the world.
I've got some news for you. It already did.
Map notes. Dr. Weir, while we have been able to intercept more or fully understand the degree of mosaic communication, we have proven that we can crudely simulate the most basic interpretive with a combination of infrasounds and high-frequency tone. We believe there is a third tone that acts to refine the imperatives, but we have yet to isolate its frequency, if that is indeed the fashion in which it is transmitted. Currently, we have only found one imperative that can be reliably broadcast primal aggression. I suspect the emotion's simplicity is the reason it can be broadcast with only two frequencies. Titan. Study limit to sample of Titan material collected by the Intrepid XCom agent. Show many share properties with the substance constituting silicoids. Whether Titans or silicoids are themselves sentient and can be regarded as living or are merely examples of highly advanced technology remains uncertain. Titans are massive airborne enemies capable of shifting both shape and function. Field agents are strongly advised to find hardened cover when the Titan shifts into distinctive O-shaped firing form, although this does expose what appears to be a vulnerable control core. So that's why my rocket launcher does so much more damage that one time when I suffer a hit. Interesting.
Well, doctors, got yourselves a new toy?
I assure you, the Elerium coil transfer rifle is no toy. What I mean to say is that we are testing a potential weapon for Mr. Barnes.
Don't we already have access to the Outsiders' weaponry? Have you improved on it?
There is always room for improvement, Carter. Always a smoother transfer mechanism, or a more advantageous dispersal pattern to search for.
And you've just gotta find it, don't you?
Or die trying. So to speak.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to fit that into a holster.
Yes, very funny. But once we test the fundamentals, we can work on the miniaturization.
And it'd still be useful?
Oh yes. By combining our ballistics know-how with the enemy's energy weapons, we are on the cusp of a new horizon in weaponry.
Combining alien technology and our own. Interesting. How does this monstrosity work?
It's very simple, really. Imagine a Tesla coil, only with its voltage focused through a charged Elerium ballistic delivery system.
In English?
It's a lightning cannon.
I can see how that would be useful. You need any help testing it out?
We were hoping you would ask. Our usual assistant seems to have disappeared again. Not literally disappeared, mind you. No, of course not. That never happens.
You were saying?
Yes, the machinery is in position. Just press the button and stand clear. And try not to disappear.
Okay.
That's all I need to know.
Yes, I'm sure you will be a great help. Only appropriate that a field agent be involved. And all that.
If you'd be so kind as to press the button on the device, we can continue testing.
I'm not sure that's gonna be much use in the field, doctors.
Oh dear.
Let me just adjust the discharge levels. Yes, try it again.
That looks more like it.
Quite satisfactory. But I believe we can do better.
Increasing power levels again. Try now.
See. Good job.
I think you've still got some problems to iron out, doctors.
Is everyone all right?
Better than all right. Did you see the yield? Off the charts.
It's a miracle we weren't killed. Fantastic!
Crazy. Crazy people. What did they do? Is he using psychic powers? Holy shit! That was awesome! The fuck are you doing? Oh my god, that looks so cool. Wait, there was one dude in here that was infected.
Agent, you need to report to the infirmary.
What? But I feel fine.
Don't argue with me. Just report to the infirmary now.
Okay. Talk to this guy.